Hello, my name is Robert Vincent, and today I'm going to talk about crisis communication between Apple and the FBI. A little overview of the case is it all started with a shooting in San Bernardino. There was a gentleman that showed up with a 357. The sources that I heard talk that he shot two people. There was his wife or girlfriend, a person behind her, and there was another person injured. The police issued a search warrant of the premises for the investigation, and they found an iPhone 5C that apparently belonged to the gentleman. He had shot himself after he had shot the other people. So they issued asked the courts for permission to have Apple help them unlock the phone and develop a program for them. Apple responded and said they felt like that was overstepping their boundaries, so the FBI vacated the motion, and they ended up having a third party unlock the phone. So the whole incident, like I said, starts in San Bernardino. The gentleman, Cedric Anderson, shot his girlfriend Karen Smith. We talked about the two people that were killed, one injured. Here's the facility where it occurred on Waterman Avenue. There's a lot of different photos of this facility from news sources, but this is the one that I found and I liked. I thought you guys might want to see what was going on there. So we talked about how the FBI initiated. A lot of the communications with this case are court documents, much like this one here. So the FBI initiates, they send a document to the courts requesting three things. They ask for Apple to help them unlock the phone, to create future access to the phone, and they also would like a bill for what it's going to cost Apple to help them. So the court issues the order to Apple saying that you need to follow this request. Another document is sent out to Apple, and Apple doesn't like it, so they have a telephone interview with the government and the people in charge, and say their part. I don't have recordings of the telephone interview, or the telephone conversation, but I do have documentation of what occurred, and that Apple would be issuing their motion to vacate, and the court ordered them specifics on when they had to have it all in, how they had to be done, which seems kind of burdensome to me, because Apple's trying to run a business, and then the government comes in and says, hey, by the way, you have to meet all these requirements for us, which I understand, and then again, it seems kind of burdensome. So of course, Apple motion to vacate. They send a large document. We're talking about like 40-page documents plus on why they don't feel that they should meet the requirements. And there's several communications back and forth at this point between them. There's a rebuttal, and then a rebuttal by Apple. And it all eventually ends with FBI's motion to vacate the order. They end up giving up on the process, and then they decide to have a third party come in and unlock the phone. And as per norm with the FBI, they don't share any of the information with Apple. Sometimes they do. They've found secrets. Also, while researching this case, I found that they have found secrets for Microsoft backdoors and stuff that they've actually shared with Microsoft, but generally they don't like to share the information, because then the company will limit the backdoor, and the FBI will lose access to being able to have all that knowledge, and they don't like that. So through the documentation, Apple uses transcendence. Transcendence is going beyond ordinary limits, surpassing, exceeding, superior, supreme. Basically, it's Apple saying that our customers and the people are more important than just us, and our need to fulfill the FBI's needs. And I believe this is a beautiful way to crisis communicate, to get out of it, because over time it can actually make your company look better. So we're going to look at some media information that I found that was really, I think, made the company look good. Here's one source: the FBI attempts to force Apple to unlock an iPhone. So this, as you can see, makes Apple look pretty good. Again, a little later documentation. This is 2016 document. This is huge. Millions of internet users now suddenly not only talk about encryption, but also have started using it in their daily communication. So Apple's getting free advertisement out of this case. So basically, how effective do I think this crisis communication was? Well, if we look at the documentation of their iPhone unit sales, as you can see, it's continually rising. So I don't think they saw any decrease in sales. If any, they increased in sales. So my conclusion is that they kind of pulled a white hat and used transcendence, and I think it ended up being amazing for their company. I think it got their image more out there. It's got people talking about security, but in the long run, we're still wondering. It's still a stalemate. We're still trying to figure out what are the boundaries for internet and telecommunications. So that's my presentation. Thank you.